A royal official from Capernaum went to Jesus and said, "My son is sick and about to die. Please come to Capernaum and heal him." Jesus tested him by saying, "You're like everyone else. You won't believe unless you see miracles." The man pleaded with him and said, "Sir, my son is about to die. He will die unless you come quickly." Jesus had compassion on him and said, "Go in peace. Your son will live." The man looked at Jesus and then believed him. And he turned and went home. On his way, his servants came and said, "Your son lives." The man asked him, About what time was it when he got better?" He said, "Oh, well, his fever left him at about 1 o'clock. The man knew that was the exact time when Jesus said that his son was healed. So he and his family, all of them, believed and put their trust that Jesus was the Christ. After that, Jesus went to Nazareth, the town where he was raised as a child. As was his custom, he went to the synagogue. He stood up, and the book of Isaiah was handed to him. He read, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to preach good news to the poor, to heal the brokenhearted, to announce pardon to prisoners, to restore sight to the blind, and to give liberty to the oppressed, and to preach the acceptable year of the Lord." He then gave the book back to the attendant and sat down. Everyone in the synagogue was looking at him. Finally, he said, "Today, this scripture is fulfilled." They were amazed. They said, "Isn't this Joseph's son who was raised in our town?" Jesus said, "I know what you're thinking. You're saying, we have heard about his miracles in other cities. We want to see some here." The saying is true. A prophet will receive honor except in his own town. During the great famine, during the days of Elijah, there were many widows in Israel, but God provided for a Gentile widow. There were many people with leprosy in Israel during the days of Elisha, but God healed a Gentile leper from Syria. When the people heard this, they were furious. They grabbed Jesus and took him out of the city. They were taking him to the place where they execute people by throwing them off a cliff. But when they got there, Jesus wasn't with them. He had turned and walked through the crowd and left. So from that day on, Jesus no longer lived in Nazareth, but settled in Capernaum.